Why is he so slow? He's not locking on. Why am I being staggered right now? I can't aim. I wish I was on Rubicon right now. The controls are so bad. Where are you looking? Slash! Bro, I can't beat an MT.
System engaged.
From this moment on, you are a Raven.
Before we jump into things, I would like to address what I believe to be the primary concern of most new players going into the older generation of Armored Cores. Are the controls really that bad? Short answer, no. As you can see from the demonstration playing in the background, I am able to move, aim, and attack with absolute certainty and precision, all while using the default controls of the game. First off, what does it mean to have good controls? I believe, in video game terms, if you're able to move and manipulate the character on screen with a high level of responsiveness and precision, then it controls well. If the character on screen is unresponsive, slippery, or performs actions with a great deal of delay or inaccuracies, then it controls poorly. Armored Core does not control poorly. Every input is met with an almost immediate response, and you can have a great deal of confidence that the action you want will likewise be executed by your machine. It is not that the controls are bad, they are just different. It is similar to learning how to ride a bicycle, or even more similarly, using a hitbox controller for the first time. You might have fallen down multiple times, or made mistakes when using a hitbox, but that does not mean the bicycle had poor controls, or was unintuitive. You just have to learn to balance, steer, and maintain your momentum, which is what I hope to help you deal with in this video. Now, if you still do not enjoy the default controls of Armored Core, and would like to use controls that can more closely emulate using thumbsticks, that is both perfectly fine and possible to do. In fact, Yuson, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Armored Core first-gen competitive player, uses a custom control scheme that emulates dual thumbsticks, as those were the controls he was most familiar with from playing other mech games. This is how you can do it. After completing the Ravens test at the beginning of the game, go to the Systems menu and select Options. The control settings is the second to the last option. From here you can move all the movement inputs to the D-pad and change all of the camera controls to the face buttons. Your left hand, right hand, weapon switch, and boost buttons can then be mapped to the 4 triggers. I recommend playing with the controls to determine what control scheme you enjoy the most or what is most comfortable for you. Keep in mind that during a mission, if you are able to press both the look up and look down buttons at the same time, it will reset your camera to the middle of the screen. This might not be possible depending on how you decide to change your controls, so keep that in mind. Now that we learned how to change the controls, it is time to learn how to control the AC. Neutral jumping is performed by pressing the boost button from a standing neutral position. Tap, not hold, the boost button to jump into the air. Neutral jumping is important for being more energy efficient when trying to ascend to a high elevation, or to move more evasively if you run out of energy. You can see in this clip that even after running out of energy, I can still dodge a high level AC by utilizing neutral jumps. Boost hopping is performed by holding forward, holding boost to skate, and then quickly releasing boost and pressing boost again to ascend without having to perform a neutral jump. This is important if you wish to put your AC into an air state. Boost hopping is crucial as it is more energy efficient to move this way, makes you more evasive when used while strafing, and being in an air state provides you a 4 times damage modifier to your blade attacks. This becomes a 3 times damage modifier in Master of Arena. This is demonstrated in the clip being shown now. At the beginning of the clip, my blade attack inflicted about 900 points of damage to the enemy AC. However, when I attacked from the air, the damage inflicted became 3,300. This is the power of an aerial blade attack. As explained earlier, boost hopping is used to move more energy efficiently into dodge attacks. By chaining multiple boost hops together, you perform what the community calls bunny hopping. This should be your primary method of moving. You can see in the clip provided that even after changing to a heavier pair of legs with a low speed stat, I am able to move quickly and evade the fire of the enemy machines in the arena. Mastering bunny hopping is the first step in becoming a master raven. Do you note that some legs, such as the quad legs and the tank legs, do not have a boost hop? They do not have boosting at all on the ground. The moment you press the boost button, it will immediately put you into an ascending state. Keep this in mind when deciding what pair of legs you want to use for your machine. A good practice often not utilized by new players is feathering your boosters. Armored Core has true momentum and inertia. Rather than holding boost to ascend, it is better to use short spurts to carry your AC up a little at a time. Certain infamous stages in Armored Core 1 can actually be finished in a single jump if you properly feather your boosters and allow inertia to carry you upward while you regain energy.
Combat operations halted.
Finally, I would like to mention two final movement techniques for both old and new ravens. The first being Strafe Dancing. Strafe Dancing is performed by holding the right strafe button and then quickly tapping the left strafe button. If done correctly, your AC will wiggle back and forth quickly. Because aiming in Armored Core uses a prediction system based on speed and direction, this will cause enemies to shoot off in insane directions. You can use this to be evasive even while inside halls and corridors. The last technique to be aware of is blade homing. Blades in the original trilogy have extreme homing. If an enemy is on the edge of your FCS box and you execute a blade attack, your AC will gain a massive boost of speed, the likes of which would put a Nex to shame, in order to either move in the direction of the target or to move them to the center of your lockbox. This can enable you to do 180-degree quick turns if executed while an enemy is moving to flank you, or cause you to ascend quickly into the air, as is the case in this clip. As you can see, by using blade homing, I can reach the very top of the arena and still retain all of my energy, even while the enemy's grenade launcher is trying to push me down. Before I end the video, I would like to give a quick start on how you can begin the game with an agile and powerful AC that should get you through most of the early game. Begin by going to the shop and selling your head, arms, legs, booster, missiles, radar, rifle, and blade. We're going to use this money to buy a head with a map and radar, weapon arms with great ammo and damage, energy efficient legs, and a better booster. Go back to the garage and choose assembly. It will put the AC together for you. The list of parts should be on screen now, so take the time to make sure you got everything. We're going to take on the mission Eliminate Strikers. It is a simple and straightforward mission that contains a secret part right at the beginning of the level. Boost backward behind the barricade and use the blade button to pick up the rocket. Your blade button is also used to interact with objects in the world. When you're shooting your weapons, make sure you're only firing in spurts. Do not hold down the fire button. Your lockbox will continue to lock onto enemies even after they have hit 0 AP and are exploding. Many new players will waste ammunition by unloading on enemies even after they had died.
Combat system disengaged.
After we complete the level, we're going to go back to the shop and sell our generator, boosters, and the weapon we picked up. We should now have enough money to buy the generator with the highest output and even better boosters. Alternatively, you can use all this money to try out some other parts as well. From this point forward, you are a Raven. Good luck.